Welcome to Reality Queerness with Indigo and Amber.
Menendez.
Is that going to be how every one of our podcasts starts?
Yes.
Is you saying something that makes me take a deep sigh.
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
You love stressing me out.
Mm-hmm.
You love exasperating?
Yeah.
Is that the word I was looking for?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I also want people to know and convince to their core that my name is Indigo Menendez.
I thought it was Diego Menendez.
Yeah, but you said Indigo. Diego's my middle name.
You're Indigo Diego Menendez?
Yeah.
What an awful name. I'm just saying that's
you want me to say yours out loud?
two goes in a row. Diego, Indigo. Yeah, what do you mean say mine out loud?
I'm gonna tell people right
You're
now.
gonna dox me? You're gonna dox me?
Right now.
No, you're not.
Reveal you to the world.
You want me to be revealed to the world.
Yeah.
You don't want to protect me and keep me safe. You don't want to protect and serve.
God, just let's get on with this.
Like the 5-0.
Okay.
Like the, what was the numbers that we were debating the other day? What was it?
Shit, why did I forget?
See, you don't even know.
Oh,
She
I
don't even know.
do. 12.
Oh,
my
12.
God. 12. 5. Oh, you're so white.
Is it really the 12? Like,
Yes,
the police are
12.
really
it's
considered
fuck
the
12. Ever.
But 12's my favorite number, so that's, really awkward. I don't want my favorite number to be associated with the police.
Well, it is. It is. Just know that.
Alright, well, that sucks. Well, anyway, October just ended.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about our October this year? We had a very eventful one.
It was long as hell.
It wasn't long enough.
Uh-huh.
No.
Mm-hmm. I was put through a lot.
It was fun. It was a different experience. We bonded a lot, I think. I think it brought us closer.
I was scared half of the month, Amber.
Half of the month?
Half the month.
What about the other half?
I was working like a...
I was working like a dog.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun, though. Right?
Let's tell the people what we did.
Okay. Well, what we did was we decided as a couple.
Go on. Go. Just go explain that.
We decided as a couple, yeah, we did, that we, just because you have some regrets now doesn't mean, just because you have some regrets now after the fact, we decided as a couple that we were going to try to watch a horror film or some sort of spooky film every day of the month of October.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a whole cute little calendar, spooky calendar. And did we succeed? No, we didn't. Well, I did, technically.
Shut up.
Okay. Well, we didn't succeed in watching a film every day of the month. Because I just feel like that's not possible if you have a life and, a job and everything. But I did successfully watch 32 films in the month of October. So, Indigo, on the other hand, did not.
So you don't have a life is what you're basically saying.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, because you said...
I said...
No. Don't take it back.
See, you're not
You're
listening.
backpedaling.
See, no, I'm not backpedaling.
Yes, you are.
This is just proof that you don't listen to me. I said it's not possible to watch a film every day of the month if you have a life and a job. And
How
that's
what you do over.
because I watched
movies.
multiple in a day. A few days of the... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's a lot of not having a life.
Okay, on October 8th, I watched 3...
Oh my God,
two
what
movies.
the hell did
Sorry.
you... Are you kidding me?
I watched 2 movies. On October 10th, I watched 2 movies. on October 17th, we watched 3 movies. And don't act like you weren't there with me on multiple of these days.
I was probably on my phone.
Yeah.
Which one? 3 movies? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, the Saw movies, because we had to catch up.
I did not even pay attention to the first 2, so I don't know what you're talking about.
We technically didn't really finish Spiral, but it still counts. We, like, didn't get to, like, the last 20 minutes or so. It counts. Whatever. But yeah, we went to the movie that day. We went and saw X that day.
Of course, my favorite one. I'm going to pay attention.
And then on the 18th, I watched 3, because I watched all the Hell House movies. And then...
That was...
22nd.
You have no soul.
Okay. It was really good. It scared me. Okay. It just, whatever. Anyway, I hit my goal of 32 movies in a month.
Okay.
Which you, let's tally you up. You watched this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. You reluctantly watched that one. 5. 23, 24. You watched 25.
Okay, that's amazing.
That's
actually
really good.
Pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, it is. See?
Too bad I don't. I mean, you know, I have a life. I'm not like a bum like you. You can have all the time in the world.
Excuse me. I'm a bum?
Yeah, you have a lot of time, remember?
I do not. I have more time than you lately. Also, how dare you? How dare you call me a bum when there's been periods of our relationship where you didn't even have a job?
I was homeless.
Not the whole time.
That's a horrible thing to say.
Not the whole time.
It's a big problem around the world, It's a very serious topic.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year.
Why are you laughing at us?
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing at horrible pain.
I'm not laughing at
I went
pain.
through colds this winter.
This winter?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean last winter?
Yeah.
Like not the current winter?
I was freezing. No heater. Nothing. Nothing to keep me warm. No money. See how you stopped laughing?
Jesus Christ.
Got serious, didn't it?
You're bringing the vibe. You're bringing the vibe down,
There
girl.
was no vibe. Making fun of homelessness.
I did not make fun of homelessness.
You were?
Do not say that. I was not making fun of homelessness.
I feel hurt.
It was just the way you said it that was funny.
My pain is funny. Okay.
See, Indigo likes to defend herself every time she's wrong, and she knows she's wrong.
Hey!
She likes to bring up the fact that she was homeless at one point this year. All right. Vibe check. How we doing?
Bad! End this podcast.
In this podcast?
End it.
Okay, well, can we get back on track? Here, how about let's do a timeline of events. So, September 30th, we did something very gay. What did we do?
I don't know.
What do you
Had
mean?
sex?
Oh. We did not have sex that day.
Yeah, I know. It makes me sad. We went to that concert, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw the Aces in concert. Shout out to the Aces. We went on a
Shout out.
we
Man.
went on a double date, our first lesbian double date with my friend Allie and her girlfriend. And then we saw the Aces in concert, which was very gay. I felt very at home. There was a lot of gay people there. I think that's the most gay people I've seen in one place at a time in my whole life. What'd you think?
Well, I couldn't see throughout any of it. I didn't know what the Aces looked like until we got back to the hotel.
Indigo sometimes doesn't tell me the short people problems is happening. Oh. You didn't, baby. You did not tell me that you couldn't see the whole time.
This was a lot of talking.
Also, remember that bitch that was like all up in my fucking grill? Yeah. So there was this girl.
I told her to move.
She was there with her friend, I assume. Her friend was standing a whole ass like 3 feet away from her. And instead of her getting closer to her friend, she got closer to me. And she wouldn't fucking leave my bubble. It was like she was either right next to me and bumping into my arm, or she was right in front of me and she just kept backing up progressively into me. And I was like, girl. And it didn't matter how many times she bumped into me. She just didn't move. Just wouldn't move. And I was trying not to be rude. I was trying to, like, you know, enjoy the vibes.
I was rude. I didn't give a fuck.
Did you say something to her?
Yeah. Did you not hear? Oh, I told you that I talked to her twice.
Oh, see, I couldn't
I
hear.
told her to get up off my lady.
Oh, thank you. Look at you. Aw. Were you getting protective?
Yes, even in a fight.
You were almost went and got in a fight?
No, even in a fight like us.
Stop telling the podcast.
You're gonna cut it off?
Yeah. Or should we keep it in? Should we be with our listeners?
Oh my.
Yeah, we're not a perfect relationship. Yeah, we get into fights too.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it. And if I mess it up sometimes, nobody's perfect.
You know, sometimes we're emotional. Sometimes we're lesbians. We have lesbian fights.
I can't stand you.
And sometimes she storms off. She likes to leave.
Working on it.
She's working on it. Sometimes I get angry. And I yell a little bit.
A lot.
You yell too.
You turn into the frickin' Hulk.
I turn into
Scary.
the Hulk. I do not.
Yeah. Just like that.
For the podcast listeners, Indigo demonstrated what it looks like to be the Hulk.
Hulk smash. You know?
Hulk smash. You really think I look like the Hulk?
Absolutely not. You're so scrawny.
Babe! Anyway, so we had to share that for our queer podcast, that we did something very gay. Very, very sapphic. They sounded fantastic, too. The Aces. They sounded so good, didn't they? Mm. It was a good concert. Mm. Except they didn't play my favorite song. And I'm still upset about that. They didn't play Going Home.
As long as it's just you and I, it feels like I'm going home.
Which they should have. Because, like, that, to me, that would have been, like, the perfect song to play at the end of the concert when everybody's going home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. I'm just a little bitter about it, but... Oh, and remember there was an opener?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah. It was... Carol AIDS?
Yeah.
80s?
Ads?
Ads?
ADES.
Yeah, we're not really sure how to pronounce her name, but it's Carol ADES. And she's hella gay. She was there with her girlfriend. Her girlfriend was her guitarist. And they were she was funny. She made a lot of jokes. I liked her. She was kind of cool. That was a good opener.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was ultra gay.
Yeah. Check out 26. That was a really good fucking song. Made me think about my whole life.
Yeah, Indigo started crying. Did you not want me to tell the people?
Absolutely not.
Well, I want the people to know that you have emotions.
That's enough.
You're not heartless. It may seem like it with the way that she talks to me on the podcast sometimes. But you're not.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about these stupid movies.
Okay. You still love me?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give me a kiss.
Move along.
See, this is what I do. I say, can you give me a kiss? And then Oh, she kissed me.
Stop.
She wanted me to shut up. That's why. She didn't want me to tell the people how she treats me. So anyway, I watched 32 movies. You watched 25. So
Yeah.
I say, all in all,
I'm the winner.
that wasn't what I was gonna say.
Well, if it was a competition, I'd win.
How and why?
Because I always win.
You always win.
I always win.
Since
I already,
when? You won.
I already won.
Because you won when you got
I won.
me.
I already won.
No. I kind of sounded like the Grudge there for a second. Oh. You didn't like that?
I don't like
Sorry.
that. Stop.
Did that scare you? Oh, Indigo's choking me.
Telling people stuff.
I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to be authentic.
Our
Genuine.
next podcast is going to be visual.
We're going to be genuine, authentic. Well, no, we're still anonymous.
No.
Well, then I'm wearing a mask. I'm wearing your Sam mask. How about that? Oh, yeah. Indigo dressed up as Sam from Trick or Treat for Halloween. She looked so cute.
I was.
Because, fun fact, she's super short. She's like 5'1", 5 foot, really. 5'1" on a good day, 5 foot in actuality.
5'1" every morning, actually.
Every morning.
Every morning before I
because
get out of bed.
Fun fact, you are the tallest you're ever going to be on a given day in the morning because your intervertebral discs absorb fluid overnight because they're not being compressed by gravity. Fun fact.
Wait, what did you dress up at?
Dress up as?
Yeah.
The devil. I was the devil.
Why? Because she is.
I am the devil.
I'm in hell.
Oh. So I guess that makes me the devil.
You are! She is! She is the devil! I'm in hell! Ah! I'm burning! Help me!
You shouldn't joke about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Are you miserable?
Pretty much.
She loves the devil. She loves...
Not in like a worshipping kind of way. Just, I don't
worship
know.
me.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. She gets on her knees every night.
All right.
Praise to the devil.
Shut the fuck up. Get ah!
Sorry. You know that was funny. Yeah, I wore a red cape and I had like a half mask with
But then we got to this stupid ass park and we had to take our fucking masks off, which is so lame.
You want to tell them about what we did last night?
We went to a park.
We went to a haunted house park. It was so fun.
It was
really
scary.
good. Well, Indigo maybe didn't have as much fun.
I did not have any type of fun.
That's not true. You did have fun.
No, I did not.
You liked some of
I
the
did
things in
not.
the circus one.
It's because I had 3D glasses.
Yeah, so this park we went to, this haunted house park, it had 3 different haunted houses. And then one of them was a haunted asylum type of vibe. One of them was a circus clown kind of haunted house. And then the third one was like a theater. And it was supposed to be a bunch of movie references and stuff. So we went in the haunted asylum one first, which honestly, I would say that one was the easiest of the 3.
And the people were super nice.
They were very nice. One of them thought, speaking of her being very short, one of them thought that she was my kid. She was my daughter. And I said, that's really awkward if that's the case, because we make out and stuff. So, yeah, it was kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
And then at one point, Indigo wouldn't kiss me. And one of the people noticed that, and they were like, kiss her. And they just kept yelling at you to kiss me. And then you finally kissed me.
I wouldn't. I didn't want to.
Yeah, you took a long time. It was kind of like embarrassing for me.
She's
Are you not ashamed of yourself?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Said, if you don't, I'll kiss her. And I was like,
Oh, she did say that.
She did say that. I didn't like
that. You didn't like that.
Absolutely not.
You didn't want anybody to take
No.
your man. Yeah, you gotta appreciate me. You gotta kiss me more. Can you kiss me more?
No.
What is that song? Doja Cat.
Doja.
See? You gotta kiss me more.
Oh.
So yeah, and then there was one guy that came out and he was trying to scare people, and then he saw that Indigo was shitting bricks, shaking in her boots.
I'm getting you scared. I'm shaking in my boots.
I wasn't.
And he was like, "Are you scared?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's scared. I ain't gonna lie to you."
Why did you rat me out?
Because everybody knows.
If he was any other type of person, he would have, like, made sure to scare me.
Which I thought that's what he was going to do.
No.
But he was really nice, because I was like, "You're going to be nice to her, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then he was. He was very nice. Now, the rest of the people, of course, they tried to scare you.
I hated them. I'm going to sue them all.
Well, no,
They get
I feel
one
like
star.
the haunted asylum people, they were not as, like, jumping at you as the other ones. Like, I feel like they were more, in a weird way, they were more subdued. I would have thought that the haunted asylum would be scarier, but the clown one, I liked it. So the clown one, they gave you these 3D glasses to put on. And so everything looked like you were on edibles.
Yeah, and the paint was, like, neon. It was so amazing.
It was really cool. I've never been in a haunted house that did that.
Even the floor kept changing, like, to bridges where you... essentially your weight moves them. It was so fucking nice.
Oh, and remember the room with the skulls? That was the cool. I wish.
over the wall?
I wish we could take a picture and it looked like what it looked like through the glasses, because there was like a wall of skulls, and they were all painted different neon colors. But through the glasses, it looked like the skulls were moving and like coming at you. It was really cool. It was really cool. But yeah, and then the clowns, there was a bunch of clowns, of course. And I bonded with some of them, you know. There was that one guy who was like, "I just want a little bit of flesh. I want a little piece of flesh." And then I was like, "Un poquito?" And he said, "What?" He said, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, no habla español?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, Indigo can only speak Spanish, so I'm sorry, she can't understand you. She don't know what you're saying." And he was very taken aback. I could tell he didn't know what to respond to that. And I was proud of myself. And then that other girl that almost, oh my gosh, that girl that came out behind you. So that's what was funny, was Indigo was getting really scared. But then in the circus haunted house, there were so many cool things to look at, because they had a bunch of art on the walls, and then of course we had the 3D glasses, so everything looked really trippy. And Indigo would get distracted from the people trying to scare her by looking at all the art on the walls, and she'd be like, "Ooh, that's really pretty," while there's a clown literally like 2 feet away from her trying to scare her.
Yeah, I kind of felt like they felt disrespected because I wasn't even paying attention to them.
Yeah, because Indigo was doing her absolute damnedest to avoid looking at them, which, you know, respect. I understand.
Let's talk about the third one.
Oh, you don't want to talk about the guy at the end that got in your face and I had to step in. I had to be big man.
Shut up.
Had to be big daddy, step in, protect you.
If you don't get out of my face.
I'm not in your face, but I am right now. I love you.
Talk about the last one with the friggin'
Yeah,
murder.
see, here's where I messed up. The last one, I thought it was like a legit theater, and it was just gonna play like a movie, like a scary movie situation.
I thought we were gonna stay there, like where the film was all set up.
I messed up. I didn't realize that was another haunted house. And again, not only was it another haunted house, it was the scariest one. It was definitely the scariest one. I fucked up. And at that point, we had done the haunted asylum, we had done the clown, and we had done the laser tag, there was like a weird laser tag one that was kind of a hot mess, but we had done all 3 of those, and Indigo was kind of like getting to that point of she probably needed a break. She She probably needed to just, sit and chill. And that's why I took her to this theater one, because I was like, oh, it's probably just a movie. Mm-hmm. It's probably going to be some sort of film, like creepy, and we'll get to sit and chill. And upon entry, I realized it was not that. It was not that at all. It was yet another haunted house, and I was like, oh shit. But by that point, it's not like you can leave. I mean, you can, but like, we were already in it. So yeah, that one started off with that guy like following us. And because I was getting excited because on the hallway when you enter, it had a bunch of movie posters, scary movies. It had like Silence of the Lambs, Exorcist. That's what I was pointing out the whole time. See, Indigo was checking out. She was doing everything she could to
I was looking at the floor.
Yeah, she was like, I am having an out-of-body experience right now. But meanwhile, I was having a joyous time picking up on all the movie references.
I couldn't tell if that last one that really scared me was like set up as House LLC. If it was that one or the one before that one.
What do you mean?
Remember that dark closet?
Dark closet.
Or not closet, but like it just looked like a stairwell. It was just completely black. And we couldn't tell, like, do we go this way or that way?
Oh, I see what you mean now.
It's really scary.
I wonder if that's what they were going for. I don't know. But we were going through this hallway with a bunch of movie posters, and I was stopping and looking at all the posters and being like, oh, that's the Silence of the Lambs, that's Exorcist. And then I realized one of the guys in one of the creepy costumes, he was like following us. I don't know if he's there to like push you along, maybe so that they can get more people through. I don't know. But it was just me and her. That was the other thing. We were waiting in line. It was just me and you waiting in line. It wasn't like there was a line of people. I don't know why this haunted house wasn't very busy at the time, but we were the only people in line. So it's not like we could hide behind other people. He was just right there with us, and I was like, "Oh, hi." And I was trying to joke around with him because we hit this like fork in the road, and it looked like you could go two different directions, and I couldn't tell which direction we were supposed to go. And so I turned around to the guy and I was like, which way do we go? And he goes, I don't know, you're the one with the light. Because Indigo, to make her feel better, part of her Sam costume, she had one of those little lollipop weapons, Sam lollipop weapons, that it lights up. And so it was essentially like a flashlight for her, which thank God, I'm very glad we had that, because there were some really dark sections in these haunted houses that I very much appreciated having a little bit of a light. So I feel like that was a little bit of a dig, because I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to have that. We smuggled it in. I don't think we were supposed to have that, but that's fine. It protected us. So we, went one way, and it was the right way. And there was a bunch of different horror references. Honestly, not as many as I would have liked. But my favorite part, I met Ghostface. Remember? I met Ghostface. So there was a section where Ghostface like comes running out at you. And naturally, other people would probably be scared. Me, I was like, Ghostface! Oh my God! And then I ended up bonding with the actor inside of the Ghostface costume, because I was wearing a Jason hockey jersey with my costume. And she, of course, asked me, what's your favorite scary movie? And I was like, Scream, duh. I was like, Scream, that's my favorite scary movie. And she was like, well, mine is Jason from Friday the 13th. And I was like, oh my God, look at us, girl, parallel. And then she was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah. And then she said, I like you. You get to live. I was like, oh my God, thanks. You have a good night. And she's like, happy Halloween. I was like, yeah. It was great. Meanwhile, Indigo's terrified. But I was having a blast. Are you getting scared even just talking about it again?
I was just waiting for him, whatever, to stab me.
To stab you?
Yeah.
Nah, see? I got on his good side. He ain't gonna kill us. He said, we get to live. We're cool. I passed the test.
Oh, God.
You know. Yeah, so then we kept going. Oh, yeah, you remember that animatronic of Reagan from The Exorcist that came flying at you from the bed?
I thought that was a real person.
Oh, no, it was not a real person. I thought you could tell, because...
Remember, I wasn't looking. I was looking at the floor.
You were looking at the floor. Because remember, I tried to, like, point you to the side because you could see the little metal bars and pushed it forward.
You did, but I was looking
And I told you, and I told her, I told you, this is not a real person, it's fake.
I don't believe you.
You didn't, yeah.
You were already a liar by taking me there.
How am I a liar by taking you
You said it
there?
wasn't going to scare me.
I did not say that. I never said that. I said it was going to scare you. I told you even driving up to that I was nervous how you were going to handle this.
Well, I told you I didn't want to go.
That's not what happened.
Like 7 times that day.
She's lying.
7 times.
Oh, the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
She agreed to this. She gave full consent. I told her a million times that we can leave at any point. I gave her a safe word. She never used it. I asked her multiple times throughout the houses if she wanted to leave or if she wanted to keep going. Every time she said to keep going. So.
I'm a man's man. I'm not a coward.
I am not a coward.
Gonna keep going.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember what it was that scared you. Oh, I think it was that guy. He was like, we walked into this room and there was a guy that there was like a bunch of body parts everywhere. Mm-hmm. And he had a creepy mask on and he was licking a fake leg or something. It was something like that. And then I think I said something. I think I egged him on because I said something to him. I don't remember what I said, but I remember he stood up and like yelled at us. He stood up and screamed in our face. And then I was like, oh, he didn't like that. We're leaving now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what scared you. You got really scared and we had to like take a pause and wait for some people to come. Yeah, so we had to take a little break. And I kept asking her if she wanted to leave. And she said no. So we kept going. But yeah, where we fucked up was the very end of this haunted house was really scary. I'm not gonna lie. That actually scared me too. And so it ends, you go outside and you think it's over. You think it's done. And there's like this one creepy girl that follows us and screams at the top of her lungs behind us.
Right behind my friggin' ear.
Yeah. I was like, girl, scream queen. Chill out. So that was a lot. And then we walked into this almost like a shed kind of situation. Because it was half inside, half outside. And then there was a bunch of fake pigs hanging from the ceiling. And it was really dark. And the two people that we were like hiding behind, they turned the corner and then they were like, oh God, there's someone standing there. Because there was like, you could see 2 feet standing underneath this curtain. And me and Indigo stopped and we were like, oh shit, there is someone standing there. And then right as we say that, you just hear this chainsaw rev so loud, and this giant guy, I mean, he was hella tall. He was hella tall, hella big, walks out looking like Leatherface. And in hindsight, it's funny. It's funny a little bit, because
no, it wasn't.
You screamed from fear. I screamed, Leatherface, like that. Yeah, we had 2 completely different reactions. And then you became frozen in fear. Like, I don't know if you realized that. You stopped moving. And I was like, oh shit, we gotta go. But it was so scary because there was like this wall and we had to cut in front of it, in front of the Leatherface guy.
Like a UE situation.
Yeah, we had to like do a U-turn right in front of him. It was so scary. I was like, oh, I gotta turn this corner. And he's right there.
Oh, hell no!
If it was a real life Leatherface, we would be dead for sure.
But you'd be dead.
Oh, where would you have gone?
I would have tripped you, fed you to him, and ran the other way.
You would have sacrificed me?
I'm not sacrificing myself. It's not how that works.
Why can't we both survive? Why?
The virgin.
I'm a virgin?
No. The virgin is the last one standing.
Because I'm a gold star lesbian? That's fucked up, yo. What? Okay, listeners, y'all heard it here first. She would sacrifice me. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up. Where is the love?
Where
Where is the love?
All right, we can
no,
stop.
for real though. I'm a little offended.
Okay.
I'm a little offended. No, the virgin is supposed to survive. Don't you watch scary movies?
Exactly, I would survive.
Wait,
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
so I'm not a virgin in your eyes?
No,
How so? How am I not a virgin,
you're just not a virgin.
but you are?
Because I am.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
We have sex together. Obviously, you literally said it earlier.
I said I wish.
Oh, so we never have sex? Is that what you're saying? You're trying to tell the listeners we've never had sex before? Listeners, she's lying.
Oh, the lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I hate to burst the bubble of her purity bubble that she's trying to blow. You know what else you could blow?
Amber.
You know that was funny. Brunch.
That was a bad joke.
That was a good joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes popping out, scaring the fuck out of us. That was like, that actually scared me. Like, other than like a jump scare situation. Because I got jump scared a few times, of course. But that genuinely scared me. I'm not going to lie. And then you didn't notice because you were frozen in fear. So I was like having to shove you to the door.
Which time?
When we turned the corner. And it was like we were trying to get out. I was like having to drag you with me because he was chasing us. And I knew if you turned around, you would have pissed yourself,
Hey.
died on the spot.
I have control of my bladder. I told you.
You did. You never pissed yourself last night. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I can't
But what she did,
stand you.
the waterworks did happen, though, the other way. After we left that shed
The
situation.
guy attacked me, and that girl screamed in my ear, and then a leather-faced man chased me, and this freaking girl kept asking for my glasses. So you know what? I had a rough freaking night. Okay?
Yeah. And Indigo started crying after that. That one.
Before that.
Oh. Apparently
You were still in
she cried some other time, and I just did not realize that she was crying.
You don't pay attention to me.
You mean you cried when that guy was getting in your face? See, that's what I was trying to tell the people. There's this guy that got in your face, and I said, enough is enough. And then he moved. Like magic.
You told him like twice.
I told him, okay, that's enough. And then he moved. That's power.
Shut up.
That's Dom power right there.
We had to ask more than once.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I asked him just the one time, and then he stopped.
No.
What is the timeline of events according to you?
He got in my face.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I think that's enough. And then you grabbed me, and he was still on me. And then you were pushing me, and then you told him, and then he backed off.
I don't think that's how that went.
That is exactly how it went. I was traumatized. I remember how it happened.
You know, when trauma happens, our
You know what?
memories-
Shut up! God.
Our memory gets a little faulty.
Well, you're, like, not in all your faculties, so no one should believe you.
I'm not in all
ever.
my faculties. What does
No.
that mean?
You're an old woman.
I'm an old woman now.
Yeah.
What am I? You said I'm a virgin? Now you're saying I'm old?
There's a 40-year-old virgin movie.
Oh, so I'm that. I'm a 40-year-old virgin. I thought you were the virgin.
We can both be virgins.
I'm confused. You're unclear.
It's just both of us at the same time.
No, it's not, because we have sex, so that doesn't make sense.
Stop telling people we have sex.
Are you embarrassed? Are you ashamed?
This is not that kind of show.
Oh, that we talk about sex?
No.
We don't get that honest with our listeners?
No.
Oh, okay. You want me to cut that out?
Yeah.
You want me to not tell people?
Yeah.
Even though they know. Because we're, like, dating and stuff. And we, like, live together and stuff.
They don't know that we live together. Do you want me to tell them what city?
No! Would you
Exactly.
stop trying to dox us? Jesus. Just stop it. Just stop it. But anyway, we watched a bunch of movies this month.
A lot of freaking One Tree Hill, too.
Don't say it like that. One Tree Hill's a really good show.
It comes and it goes.
Don't say that. Don't
Why?
trigger me.
Am I triggering you?
Don't trigger me like
It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes.
So Indigo likes to say that her love for me comes and goes.
Yeah.
Did you ever love me at all?
Sorry.
You know, I really hope
permanent.
that our listeners make comments and make me feel better. And they're like, Indigo, why are you being such a bad girlfriend? Indigo, why are you saying mean things to Amber?
Cry.
You're gonna cry? I thought you were tough. I thought you could handle the criticism.
I
thought
you.
Diego Menendez could handle the criticism.
Not about loving you.
Aww. I'm just kidding, listeners. She loves me. She's a little baby. She's my little baby. She's a lover girl.
And a fighter.
And a fighter. She doesn't like to admit it, but she loves me a lot. I love her a lot. She's just cutie pants. And we're gonna go to dinner tonight. We're gonna have a dinner date tonight.
With lots of bread.
Lots of bread.
So much bread, I can't imagine.
Well, let's get into all these movies that we watched, baby. We're gonna go in order. We watched Trick or Treat. That was the first movie we watched to get into the Halloween spirit.
It made an impact on my life.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Such an impact that you decided your Halloween costume off of that movie.
It was either that or something super slutty.
Well, I'm glad you didn't go with that.
Listeners, next year I'm gonna be a piece of fucking steak. You hear that sigh? That's victory. That's glory. Oh my god, it's music to my ears. That sigh.
And you're not gonna explain the punchline?
I'm a steak. That's all there is to know. I'm gonna wear some heels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wear a sash that says Miss.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what that means? Piece it together, puzzle it up. You know, listeners, you know what it's about. I'm gonna be a fucking big mistake.
Yep. That's what she's gonna do.
One of the weekends. That's not gonna be my main costume.
Uh-huh.
I need to do something slutty.
Wait, what? So you're gonna have multiple?
Yeah, that's gonna be my funny costume, but then I need something slutty.
Oh my god. So you're gonna
Amber,
have multiple
let me be a slut. Please.
and let you go to the slut barn like Brooke Davis would say?
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that idea.
You're gonna be with
but
me, so what do you...
You're right. I mean, I might benefit from it,
Yeah.
at least initially.
I know you're not gonna let me go out.
I
like
hope
that.
it's chilly next year, just like it was this year, so then you decide against your
I'm not gonna want to
slutty
do that.
costume.
Oh. You know, a hoe never gets cold.
It's cold outside, but I'm still looking like a daddy because a hoe never gets cold.
But there are my limits.
There are my limits. And I'm not a hoe, so I'm always cold.
Yeah, a little chicken butt.
Chicken butt. I think my butt is far from
No,
chicken.
not your actual butt.
Oh,
Just like chicken.
I'm a chicken.
Yeah.
You
little
think I'm a chicken?
Skinny little chicken legs. Stuff.
Stop being mean.
I'm not. You have beautiful legs.
But they're chicken. They're chicken legs.
That doesn't stop being true.
So they're equally beautiful as they are skinny little
Chickeny.
chicken legs?
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Okay. Anyway, back to Trick or Treat. Very interesting. Like, it wasn't what I expected.
I like the little boy who stabs people.
You mean Sam?
Sam.
Yeah, we know you like
My
the little boy.
favorite part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Then when his arm gets cut off. Magical. That was cinema.
Cinema.
Yeah.
And when they're pulling out pumpkin guts from him.
Oh, that was pretty.
That was
That's
interesting.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and I liked how the werewolf section.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting that they would be werewolves. That was cool.
The freaking principal, God, I still can't stand him. Like, he was just killing kids for fun.
Yeah, that was messed up.
And then his son.
His son
was
his
into that
son is a
shit
little
too. He
psychopath.
conditioned him.
His son is a little psychopath, it seems.
Let me do the eyes. We thought they were talking about, like, well, that the dad was going to come up and, like, kill the fucking kid in the basement. But no, it turns out that the kid wanted to carve a pumpkin, but it wasn't a pumpkin. Surprise! It was a friggin' human head.
Decapitated head.
That was insane.
I'm like, damn, that kid's fucked up. Yeah, that was wild. And then the school bus kids, school bus massacre.
That
story.
made me so sad.
That was sad. But at the end, they got their comeuppance. They killed the bus driver.
Just the way that this movie was filmed was amazing.
Yeah.
That you could see all the storylines connected.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could see people in the background from other parts of the story.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was cool.
And then, what was the lady, her costume? Because we kept seeing her in the background.
Yeah.
Was she washing machine?
I don't know what it was the lady at the beginning who gets killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
She deserved to be
Yeah,
killed.
what the fuck? Who puts down their Halloween decorations the night of Halloween?
Shut down that shit.
Like, I'm sorry. She deserved to die. Sam fucked her up. Last night, there was a lot of people that, if you were the real Sam, you would have been busy last night. There were so many houses with no decorations.
I trick-or-treated for the first time.
Yeah. Well, we tried to. It wasn't the most successful. Because it was a school night. I did talk to my patient today, and she said that there was a bunch of trick-or-treaters. But it was
Earlier?
really early. It was at like 7, 8 o'clock. And then that was it, pretty much. So I guess because it was a school night, and it was cold.
Yeah. There was a house. They had like a tray on this table. Freaking
Yeah.
dum-dums. I got a freaking dum-dum. I can't wait to eat that.
Yeah, we were driving around trying to find any houses that would be trick-or-treating. And we drove by this one house that had a table set out with dum-dums on it. And so we got a dum-dum. And then at our apartment, there was one door that had a bowl of candy set out. So we got some Snickers.
Okay. We got home. I'm going to try and figure out a way to insert a poll because I need to know the truth.
Oh, Lord.
Look, we got
Okay.
home. We went to the store that we noticed still had candy.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We got a Snickers
Yeah.
from there. I'm going to eat yours if you don't eat it.
I'm going to eat it. Jesus.
So, we come down. Wait, can I tell them what floor we're in?
No.
Okay, well, we go through the apartment, through
Yeah.
the building. There is a floor that has a little pumpkin, a little... What are they called?
It's
not a caddy,
Trick-or-treat
it's a-
basket?
Yeah, it had a little basket with candy.
Mind you, this is in front of the door of the apartment we hate because there's like 3 or 4 kids that live there that are always screaming. So, just to give them context. Okay, continue.
Oh, that smile was so cute. Amber said I shouldn't get candy from them because she thought it was like a child's basket.
Yeah,
not-
I'm pretty sure one of the kids left their basket sitting outside the door by accident.
Well, I say that he's a fucking idiot. He deserves to get robbed. And that's exactly what I tried to do.
Yeah, she did. She
I
took
tried.
the Reese's.
There were 2 of those, and Amber only let me get 1. Friggin' asshole. Didn't let me get more. And then, I completely forgot. You went out to work, and that's what I was supposed to do. I was going to go downstairs to see if I could still find the basket.
Yeah, and last night when we got home too,
What?
you randomly at one point were like, "I'm gonna go out for a walk,"
Well,
even
it
though
was
we had
beautiful weather.
just walked around our
Beautiful
whole
weather.
complex
How
together.
can you blame me for
And it
wanting
was
to be out of
cold.
Mother
You
Nature?
were shivering.
No.
Yes, you were.
Don't
yes, you were. And she
even.
tried to say, "Oh, I'm just going for a walk." And I said, "No, you're not. You're going to go get that basket, aren't you?" And she was like, "How'd you know?"
I know they had more variety in there. You didn't let me see, though. I saw some sweethearts in there.
Let the kid live.
That's a life lesson I'm giving to them for free.
That's a life lesson. You taught them the
on.
life lesson by taking their Reese's.
They won't notice One Piece. I need them to know. It was me.
That
I'll
just
even leave a
sounds
note.
like something the ghost of Sam would like come after you for. Is if you stole someone else's candy.
No.
I mean, I know that's not on the rules.
That's not how that works.
It's not on the rules, but
Well, you
that
know what?
just seems-
I'm Sam, so I make the rules.
oh, you make the rules because you're Sam.
I'll put that mask on right now, Amber.
Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, 4 stars. I give that 4 stars out of 5.
I get a 5/5.
You give it 5/5. Yeah, you really like that movie. I liked it. I think that's gonna become part of my rotation every Halloween now, because that is something I will say about that movie. Perfectly captures Halloween.
Our rotation.
Our rotation. You're right. It perfectly captures Halloween, for sure. Trick or treating. That I like that part. Next movie we watched was Rob Zombie's Halloween, which you were scared. Michael Myers.
We don't have to watch so many Michael Myers movies. Like,
So many.
You don't have
That was the only one we watched this month.
we don't have to watch them.
Well, the new trilogy really sucked. Because that had been our tradition, I think, the past couple Halloweens. Because I think they came out with a new one every Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that had been what we'd been doing. Halloween Kills was like acceptable. It was not great. The first Halloween of that trilogy was good. Halloween Kills was acceptable, but they did a lot of questionable things, and Evil Dies Tonight was annoying as hell, and Michael was just suddenly invincible, and no one could stop him, even if he got shot 100 times. He just kept going, right? That's what that movie was telling me. And then Halloween Ends was a dumpster fire. So bad. So bad. The movie wasn't even really about Michael or Laurie. It's about some random guy. And Michael was... I feel disrespected for Michael because he was weak. He was so weak. He was living in a fucking sewer and apparently had no powers anymore and could be overpowered by some teenage boy. Like, whatever. I'm not even going to get into that. Halloween Rob Zombie is very controversial. I grew up on that one. I like it. There's parts of it I like. There's parts of it I don't like. You know, all the unnecessary boobage is annoying. Whatever. But I think that Michael Myers in that movie is very scary, very powerful. Which you got scared by him. I was surprised how scared you got by him. I don't think you remember that movie, huh? I think you blocked it out already. You've already blocked it out? Yeah. Any thoughts? I feel like you do remember because you're getting very quiet. She doesn't want to remember. Are you traumatized? Yeah, okay. Indigo has checked out from the podcast right now. She's a little traumatized. Anyway, I give that one 3 stars out of 5. She gives it a 0. So let's just, for the podcast listeners, probably the lower the grade, the more scared Indigo was. It's probably how we can go about that. I'll tell you when a low grade for her is actually a low grade and not just a fear grade. Yeah, you know it's true. All right, next movie we watched was Alien with Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney? Was that a 4? A 4 out of 5 for you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a 4 out of 5 for me too. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a classic. That's a classic. That was the first time you've watched it, right? Yeah.
It made me mad that was he a scientist or a doctor?
The scientist.
That he didn't listen to Sigourney.
Well, remember...
Sojourner Truth. But then it just, like, it made sense at the end.
Yeah, at the end you find out he's not really a human. He's a robot, like, alien thing. And his whole purpose is to get the alien on board. Mm. And, of course, that's why he disregarded all of her instructions, because her instructions would fuck up his plan. But Scaredy knew what she was doing. Honestly, the captain sucked. He was an idiot. What a terrible captain.
Big douche.
What a terrible captain. But yeah, that movie's good. I mean, aliens are not really my preference when it comes to horror. But I mean, if you're gonna watch something alien-related horror movie, this is the one to go. I might watch...
What about E.T.?
That's not scary, though. That's...
Scared of me.
You thought E.T. was scary?
Well, I've never seen it.
You've never seen E.T.?
No, but
You never
the
seen
face
Phone
looks
Home?
weird.
Phone Home?
I don't know what you're saying,
Oh,
but
God. She doesn't even know.
but I just know that it
like
looks
I
like
told
a
you
weird
before-
Wall-E kind of thing.
Like I told you before, Indigo is what you call sheltered.
Don't do that thing with your hands.
Okay, well then, we'll have to watch that soon. Because that's a classic. You have to
It's
watch
not
that.
Halloween anymore. It'll wait till next year.
Well, I wouldn't... Okay. I mean, yeah, it has an alien in it, but you can watch that movie anytime. It doesn't have to be...
that's not the rule.
Oh, that's not... Are you seriously saying that we're not going to watch any horror movies from this point on? But we already agreed that we're going to watch Christmas horror movies in December.
Until Christmas comes.
Okay.
I get a whole month of not hearing you talk about anything scary, Amber, and that's that.
That's that. Really? I was hoping we could play that video game. That was, like, kind of scary.
I was a little too scared.
Yeah, well, we were high at the time.
Hey!
Oh, you don't want the listeners to know
No.
that you like to do drugs?
No.
You like to do the little
I
marijuana?
love to do drugs, but that's neither here nor
That's
there.
neither here nor-
Stop.
All right. Well, anyway, Alien 4 out of 5. Then we watched Terrifier.
Which one was that one?
Art the Clown.
We don't have to talk about that one. That was a 0 out of 0.
This is 0 out of 0. But Tyga dressed up as him.
I don't care.
Tyga did good. He really
I told
looked like
you.
him. You did tell me that. You kept me in the know.
You're welcome.
So 0 out of 0 is Indigo's fear scale. That's her fear
I
score.
wasn't scared.
You were scared. You barely
Get
watched
that
that
screen
movie.
away from me.
See, you don't... I'm showing a picture of Art the
Shut
Clown,
up.
and she doesn't want to look at it. I gave that movie 2.5 stars.
It was ugly.
The acting was pretty bad.
Really?
Other than Art the Clown.
The girls?
The Art the Clown, incredible acting, great clown. The girls, though, were...
They were annoying.
really annoying. Very cringy.
How do they keep going back inside?
Yeah.
Like, are you
Very
an
cringy.
idiot?
But this movie has one of the craziest kills I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of horror movies.
With
and
the titties?
the one where he like cuts her down the middle from... Yeah, no spoiler alert.
From the veg.
From the vag to all the way down to the head. Yeah.
Up. Oh, she was upside down.
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. That was... Oh, that gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Good thing I didn't see.
Yeah, that one was bad. But yeah, I mean, it's serviceable. I wouldn't say it was amazing or anything.
I wouldn't either.
It was gory. It was... But
Lame.
it was fine. It was fine.
It was stupid.
Indigo was not a
It
fan,
was a
as you see.
Dumb idea.
Okay. Well, anyway, 2.5 stars for me.
0 out of 0.
Okay. And then we got Snakes on a Plane.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. You know I like my
am
motherfucker.
tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane!
They waited way too long for it.
Yeah,
You can say that.
yeah, I know. I didn't remember that being so far into the movie.
I gave up waiting for him to say motherfucker. I really did.
He doesn't say motherfucker enough in that movie.
No,
He was a very... I feel like for Samuel L. Jackson, that was like one of his more straight-laced roles. That character didn't feel like Samuel L. Jackson as much as other roles have. But, I mean, to me, that's a classic. That's my mom's worst nightmare. My mom's has a
Samuel?
serious...
Oh, shit. I was about to go a certain way, and I thought that was crazy.
My mom's not a racist. Okay, well,
Karen.
she probably has a little bit of bias. Probably got a little bit. She grew up in Mississippi. Okay.
No excuse.
I'm giving her some. She's a nice lady. She means well. But her phobia is snakes, 100%. She is terrified of snakes. She will never watch this movie. We have tried, but to me, it's a classic. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a good time. This is one of those movies you can pop in when you're in a bad mood, or when you need a pick-me-up, or when you're just drinking and you're with some friends, and it's a good fucking time.
You know what we're gonna see? Cujo. There's a big ass spider in that movie.
I don't want to watch that.
There's a big ass
Yeah,
spider.
see,
It's a farm.
See how my mom has a phobia of snakes? I have a phobia of spiders.
I know exactly.
Yeah, eight-legged freaks. Yeah, I'm not watching those.
That's why we're watching it. Did I not suffer through pain yesterday? Did I not suffer for a whole month because of you? Love is pain, and you're about to feel it.
Pain. So next year I have to watch a spider movie.
Maybe this week. I don't know. How
This
soon do
week?
you want it?
I thought you said you were done with horror movies for the month.
I am.
Okay, then no spider movies.
It'll be the first day of Halloween.
Of next year? Oh, great.
Halloween starts in August, so be prepared for 2 months of
Great.
movies.
Great. Okay,
3.
I mean, I guess that's fair. That's fair. If you're going to be scared, I might as well be scared
Thank
too.
you.
But just fair warning, I'm going to be like
That's
freaking
okay.
out.
I'm gonna sit on the other side of the couch.
Yeah, I just fuck spiders, bro. Like, I can't. And fuck crabs, because they're the spiders of the sea. So, just saying. And then I saw The Exorcist Believer with my mom. I went home one day or one weekend. I don't remember what. Oh, yeah, because we were doing the breast cancer walk. But I went and saw that with my mom. That was
good.
Not good. No, it was just boring. Like, it didn't do anything exciting.
What's your rating?
2.
Mine's
2
a
out of
1 out of
5.
5.
It wasn't at. You didn't see.
That's so cute. Your face.
You didn't even see it. You're so funny, baby.
Thanks.
No, it just. I mean, it wasn't as bad as I was seeing a bunch of reviews leading up to seeing it that was saying it was like the worst movie they'd ever seen and all that stuff, and it's not that bad. The girls, the little girls that act in the movie, they do a great job.
Okay.
It's filmed well, like it looks good. It just doesn't do anything interesting. Like nothing that you haven't seen before in other Exorcist movies. So it's just, I'm sorry, it's a 2 out of 5. Never will watch it again. I have no interest. And what sucks is they planned a trilogy with that. So I'm like, what are you going to do with that? Ugh. That's the real horror, is that they want to do a trilogy. Ugh. Anyway, next movie we watched was Sharknado. Getting into our nature
0
horror.
out of 5.
0 out of 5. You really hated it. It was the worst.
Lame.
Oh my god.
So
okay.
badly animated. The water wasn't even in the fucking house. Are you okay, babe?
It was so bad. I knew that movie was bad, but ooh, I mean, talk about your low budget TV movie trying to do something that deserves a high budget. It's hilarious though. It's a good time. Let's be real. It's fucking fun to watch that movie. As long as you're not taking it seriously. I mean, how can you take a movie called Sharknado seriously? Like, what's wrong with you if you do that? But, I mean, if you are just having fun, you know, if you get drunk and watch this movie, incredible. It's an experience. But yeah, one of the worst made films I've ever seen. I mean, the sharks they look ridiculous. The editing is so choppy. You can tell they didn't film enough scenes. They go from like filming them in the car to not in the car to in the car to there's a shark right there, but then the shark's over here for some reason. Someone gets attacked by a shark, but you can't see. And then all of a sudden you're supposed to know that they're dead. It's so bad. It's so bad. And very implausible, of course, but, you know.
Definitely made on a Windows 98.
I mean, it deserves the Oscar for the best worst film I've ever seen.
I've seen worser.
1 out of 5.
No. 0 out of 5.
You're so this is not a fear rating. This is a legit 0.
Lame.
Oof, that's tough. She doesn't even find any redeeming qualities in that movie.
I didn't think it was
The
funny.
1 star is for the fact that I can laugh.
I couldn't even laugh. It was that bad for me.
It was that bad. And the acting's pretty bad. Tara Reid or whatever her name is. She's so bad in this movie. So bad. You could tell she was there for a paycheck. Not for anything else. And then the next movie we watched, which not to trigger you from what happened last night, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. The original, 1974, which this was actually the first time I've seen the original, because my favorite Texas Chainsaw is the 2003 remake with Jessica Biel. In my opinion, that is still the best one, even after seeing the original. I think Indigo's checked out from the podcast again. I think she's reliving some things from the night before.
All I can see is that man
Mm-hmm.
in one of the older lady's face when he was cooking, like being a homemaker.
Oh yeah,
That's all, like,
he was
Jesus,
wearing. He
with
had
the
the apron and the wig and the makeup on his face. Yeah,
And then the grandpa, like,
yeah,
aliving himself and sucking on her thumb.
And I told you how that was actually
real.
real. It was her real blood, and he was sucking her real blood. But the actor didn't know that was her blood. Yeah. Yeah, that set was cursed a little bit. It was fine. I think it ages a little bit. Some of the shots though in the movie are some of the most beautiful shots. Like that iconic scene where the girl gets up from she stands up from the swing and she's walking towards the house, and it's like that tracking shot of her.
Okay.
That is okay, if you're anyone but Indigo, you're not just looking at her ass, but it's a
wasn't
beautiful
impressed.
scene. My ass is better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's
No
a
doubt.
beautiful, it's a gorgeous scene. Like that is such good
Cinematography.
What is happening with my words? Cinematography.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I mean, and there was multiple shots like that in that movie that were really good cinematography. It's just, I don't know. I thought some of the characters were annoying, and some of their decisions didn't really make sense.
The sister was a bitch.
Yeah, she was awful to her brother. I felt bad for him, even though he was annoying and complaining a lot. But I'm sorry, if you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in the woods and you're in a wheelchair and it's hot, I would be complaining too. And no one's listening to you because, like, you're freaked out and everyone's just acting like everything's fine. I mean, he ended up being right in the end. They would have just listened to him. It's a classic. It started the trend of a lot of movies that I love. I just personally don't think it's like a masterpiece that a lot of people think. So that might be an unpopular, controversial opinion, but
What do you give it?
3 out of 5.
0.5.
0.5?
Yeah.
You give it a 0.5.
Yeah.
Damn, you're kind of harsh. Why do you give it a 0.5?
I don't want to give it a 0.
Jesus. Damn.
I did like the scenery. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice shots.
So I should have given him a 1, but then I remember the bitch sister. And it goes back down to
Hey,
a 0.5.
I mean, that actress went through it for this movie.
Whatever.
Remember how I told you she thought it was like a snuff film
Yeah.
for a time? And she was like really screaming and wasn't even acting anymore. And then she got injured a bunch of times. Poor girl. She went through it. But yeah, so we watched that one. Then we got The Thing, 1982, we went and saw in a movie theater. We went and saw at the Alamo Drafthouse. That was so good. That was awesome. I mean, the practical effects in that movie, I cannot believe that was 1982. It looked so good. I would say that movie didn't age hardly at all. In my opinion, anyway. What do you think, babe?
It was scary.
It was scary. It was scary.
I give that one a 3.
That was so good. And I loved that. I wish there's like, I gave it 4.5 stars, not 5. 4.5, 9 out of 10, simply for the fact that I felt the only flaw in the film for me was that I wish they spent a little bit more time on the whodunit aspect of it. Because that's what I loved about this movie, is that paranoia factor of you don't know who to trust. And I felt like they didn't spend enough time with that. To me, anyway. Now, obviously, other people can disagree.
I disagree.
And then I felt like there were a couple sections I was like, oh, this is really kind of obvious who it is. One of the people that turned out to be the Thing, I found it really obvious that it was him.
I think 2 people. I thought it was very obvious. Because
there was this guy, I don't remember what his name was. He was the guy in the sweater, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. They were probably all in sweaters. They were all in jackets ever. My bad. Anyway, there was just, I felt like we didn't see him on screen for a long time. I didn't even, to be honest, the first time you see him again when they're all freaking out, because when that one guy has the gun and they're like, you need to put the gun down. Oh, okay. That scene, they cut to him, the guy who's actually the Thing. And I was like, who is that? That's what got me, was I hadn't seen him on screen in so long. I forgot that he was a character. And I was like, oh, he's one of them. And he turned out to be one of the Things. And I was like, okay, that was kind of obvious. So that was the only thing, was I felt like there were a couple times where things were obvious. And then I would have liked to have seen a little bit longer of the paranoia factor of people being like, did you do it? Did you do it? And then there was a couple scenes where I felt like when Kurt Russell goes out and then comes back in and they're all suspicious of him, something about the events of that didn't quite make sense to me. Like, I got lost. And maybe that's just me, and maybe on a second viewing I won't feel that way, but I don't know. I just was kind of lost how he got to where he was, and some of that was a little weird, but I'm sorry, the blood test scene, iconic.
That was really cool.
Incredible. And I'm still mad because
the
fucking waiter walked right up when that happened. When they finally had figured out who was the person, because that huge jump scare, like probably one of the most well-made jump scares I've ever seen, where it actually properly builds up the suspense, and he tests the blood, and then the blood jumps because it's the Thing. Right when that happened, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting scared, the freaking waiter pops up and gives me my check. I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm trying to focus on the movie right now. Like, you walked up at like the peak of the action. Like, can you like wait a minute, you know? So that was kind of annoying. But otherwise, I'm really glad we saw that in a movie theater. I think that made it even better, because that was so good. So good. Almost perfect for me. Almost perfect. But that's now one of my top 5 horror movies. It cracked the list now. It made its way into number 5 for me. Yeah, it's a big deal. That's a big deal. So I really enjoyed that. Really liked that movie. And what did you give it, baby? A 3. Oh, 3 out of 5. Damn, you're a tough critic, babe.
Well, I don't know if I should say 3.5 because I can't decide between 3 and 4.
Okay, well then 3.5 is what you're giving it. So a 7 out of 10. Yeah. And then I think it was sucked because you had a migraine when we were trying to watch that movie, so you weren't having as much fun, I feel like. But yeah, so then the next one we watched was Amityville Horror from 2005, the Ryan Reynolds version.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm kind of partial to that version, just because I grew up on that version. But I tried to watch the original once, and in my opinion, it's not good. That might be a controversial opinion, but I mean, it's serviceable. Now that I've matured and I've seen a lot more horror movies, it is definitely jump scare city. It's kind of cringy, some of the jump scares. But I still think that, like, the horror of him, like, waking up at the same time every night and, you know, that there was obviously awful things done on that land before he got there. So the house is, like, haunting him and making him turn evil and telling him to kill everyone, causing paranoia between everybody. I like that. I thought that was interesting. How did you feel about it? Oh, you gave it a 4. 4 out of 5. You thought that movie was better than The Thing. Wow. Huh. I didn't remember you liking it that much. Was it because you, like...
It was a scary good.
It was scary good, so it scared you? But you enjoyed that scare. Oh, okay. So you had fun with those scares.
Yeah.
And
I couldn't tell if the little spirit girl was, like, good or bad. Because she hadn't hurt the girl.
Yeah.
But she was being put in these dangerous situations.
Yeah, she's not purely evil, but she's definitely not good.
I kind of felt like she just wanted a companion.
Yeah, I think at one point she was trying to kill the little girl because she wanted to have a friend in the spirit world or whatever. Because then she would have her forever. You know? Because, damn, she fucked that babysitter up. Yeah. But yeah, that's a 3. That's a 3 out of 5 for me. It's fine. It's not incredible, but it's good. It's solid. It's a solid one. And Ryan Reynolds' shirt is off half the movie.
I don't care about that.
He looked pretty good, I gotta say.
I don't care about that.
I know you don't.
No.
I can appreciate a good-looking man.
Okay. I can appreciate a good-looking woman.
Which is me. Or did you mean the wife? Of the wife character? Alright. Nah, is that why you also gave it a 4? Okay.
She's got some titties on her.
Okay, that's true. Now it all makes sense.
That's a little funny. Come on.
Alright, okay. Moving on.
Oh, now moving on.
Yeah, we're done with that.
We should look her up.
No, we're good. We're good. She was in that movie Triangle we watched.
Oh, we'll
anyway,
watch it.
Moving on. Cabin in the Woods was the next one.
That was a really fucking good one.
Iconic.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now, come on now.
That's one of my favorite ones. I think that's
I
like
give
my
that
number 3.
one a 5 out of 5.
Yeah! 5 out of 5!
Ow, that hurt.
That's 2 5s. High five. Because I also give that movie a 5 out of 5. I wish I could go back to the very first time I watched this movie.
I did.
That was your first time. I mean, doesn't it just blow your mind?
It does.
It's so good. And as a horror movie fan, it just chef's kiss, like, explains all the tropes of why do people drop the weapon? Oh, because there's a guy hitting a button, shocking their hand. Like, incredible. And then the end, when all the monsters come out and they're attacking everybody. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. And Sigourney Weaver showed up again. And it was Thor before Thor. What other thoughts do you have, baby?
I thought it was so cool when they went down that elevator and they saw all of those different monsters that were like different creatures from other movies. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. There was a lot of Evil Dead references, which is not my favorite. So I wish there was more references of other things, but... Man. Tequila is my lady!
Oh, God.
Tequila is my lady!
They perfectly cast those two roles of those guys. They were just excellent. So yeah, that was what we watched that day. And then of course on Friday the 13th, we had Friday the 13th in October this year. Mm-hmm. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go!
Mm-hmm. I played my game, my Friday the 13th, the video game, and I played as Jason, and I had one of the best rounds I've ever played as Jason before, and I killed everybody very quickly.
I died very quickly.
Right. Indigo didn't do as hot when she played. That's okay.
I don't care.
I made up for it. And then, of course, we watched Friday the 13th, Part 4, or the final chapter. Spoiler alert.
God.
Not the final chapter. God, the Friday the 13th movies just, they kill me because they could be so good and they're just not. You know, like, they're just not. The second one was good and every other one is just got a lot of flaws. The first one, the twist is cool. That it's Mrs. Voorhees and not Jason. That's cool. But the fighting in that movie is atrocious. Atrociously bad. It's just, they don't lend us to caring about the characters. You know what I mean? They're all terrible people. They're all annoying for the most part. Like, we really don't have any reason to care when they die, you know? We don't have any fear of them dying. We're here to watch Jason kill everybody, you know? That's pretty much what it is. Which, there were a couple kills in this movie that were pretty cool. And Gordon the dog yeeting himself out the window was pretty cool. When he saw Jason. But otherwise, it was, you know, it's kind of meh. And then that fucking guy wouldn't shut the fuck up, constantly saying dead fuck. That was, take a shot every time he says that, and you'll die. 100%. Any other thoughts, babe?
I want to know what the deal is with the twins. Like, why one was, like, kind of telling her, the other one, what to do.
We'll never know, baby, because they died.
They had good deaths.
But one of them is trifling. One of them is a homewrecker. And just bouncing from one boy to the next. Yeah.
But the one who was controlling, she was the one who got stabbed outside with the bike. Exactly.
So yeah, it just wasn't very good. 2 out of 5 for me.
0 out of 5.
0 out of 5. Damn. You are harsh, babe. Well, I have a feeling the next one for you is also a 0 out of 5.
Which one? You don't know me.
We watched Ginger Snaps.
0 out of 5.
I do know you.
No.
Thank you for proving my point right there.
No.
We tried to watch something a little different, which, holy shit, Eunice from She's the Man is in this movie.
Which I had knew no before idea. Amber.
I had no idea. I mean, she looks completely different.
She did not.
She did.
I peeped it. I saw that shit from a mile
Eunice.
away.
Oh, Eunice.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm sorry.
Look.
She's the Man is the most iconic movie ever made of
like
all time.
Cheese?
Do you like cheese?
Well, why, yes, I do. My favorite's Gouda.
Why, yes.
Gouda.
My favorite's Gouda. That is my favorite movie of all time. Just fun fact. Ginger Snaps, on the other hand, I could see this being good to some people.
What kind of people are those?
Gothic, emo people and people that are really into werewolf stories. It just didn't work for me.
I don't know how they would do at the beginning, though. It's so cringy.
Yeah, it just didn't work for me. I mean, and it's a cult classic. Like, it's considered a cult classic.
I see
and
why.
I can see why. Like, I see the potential there. But for me, it wasn't very good.
Nar.
It's a nar. I don't know why we got Australian there for a minute. Yeah, it's just cringy. Like, the dialogue's really cringy. Them being so death obsessed is really cringy to me. These girls who are clearly middle class, upper middle class. Sorry, that's the most insulting thing you can say to someone.
Your parents are upper middle class.
Upper middle class. Shout out. Bodies. Shout out to Bodies. Clearly upper middle class, clearly get everything that they want. Have a good mother, even though she can be a little, like, annoying, but every mother is. Have a good mother. Seem to have no traumas that we're aware of. And yet their lives are horrible. And they just want to die all the time. I'm sorry, that's cringy. You know? So it didn't work for me. I wanted it to work, but it didn't. And I think some of the, like, CGI of the werewolf too just was not very good either.
No, the tail penis was something else.
Not the back penis. Oh, shit, I forgot about the back penis.
I thought that was locked and loaded when you said
Yeah,
ginger snaps.
that was... I locked it. Yeah, that's a 1.5 for me.
The penis size?
No. It probably was 1.5 inches. It was really small. No, 1.5 out of 5 stars.
I give it 0.
Well, I told you that.
0.
Yeah, I knew that. Okay.
I'm just reiterating.
He's just reiterating. And then we're going to see Saw X in theaters on a Tuesday for discount movie day.
10 out of 10.
So then we watched Jigsaw and Spiral leading up to that, because those were the only two that Indigo hadn't seen yet. And Jigsaw is the one that's like half a prequel, half a sequel, because it's you think the whole time that it's like a current trap going on, but it's actually a trap that happened before the events of every movie.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that was an interesting one for me.
Yeah, you like that one?
After, like, giving it thought.
Giving it some thought, giving it some reflection.
Letting that shit marinate in me. You know, I liked it.
Yeah.
Maybe a 3.
A 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Because...
You're a hater.
No, it's irritating, and it makes the lore of the story even more convoluted to add in some other apprentice that we've never heard of or seen ever before. You know, like, I mean, it's definitely way better than Spiral.
Yeah.
Way better than Spiral. It's serviceable, you know. It's fine. It's fine. It's just not great. It's not great. I really didn't think it was necessary. To me, it feels unnecessary. That's what bothers me about it, is it's very unnecessary. It adds a more convoluted piece to the storyline. It makes me feel like it's not even believable. And yeah, it just bothers me. That's why. But, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. That's all I can say about it is it's fine. So 2.5 stars for me. Spiral, on the other hand, is bad. Yeah. Chris Rock was super cringy in that movie, in my opinion. Nothing he said was funny to me. It's just, I don't know if it's just not my kind of humor.
Was it supposed to be funny?
It's Chris Rock. Of course it was supposed to be funny.
Are you sure?
I think so. But that's the problem is, was it supposed to be funny?
Or what was it?
That's the problem. Was it supposed to be funny, or was it not supposed to be funny?
I think it's supposed to be
can't
serious.
tell.
Like, it's just him in a different role.
Well, that's the problem. Is that you can't even tell if he's trying to be funny or if he's trying to be serious. It just didn't work. It didn't feel like a Saw movie. It just felt like something else entirely. And then the killer is entirely too obvious. It's very predictable.
I didn't predict it.
Yeah, but you also weren't, you were like not really watching.
I wasn't at all.
Yeah. It's not good. So I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars, which is probably more generous than I probably should give it, considering how much I hate that movie. Because I don't consider that movie canon at all. I'm sorry. I know that the movie's called Saw X, so it's saying that Spiral is canon, but to me, it's not canon. So I will not acknowledge it as a Saw film, personally. Respectfully, other people can disagree, but what score did you give it? A 0?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Saw X, on the other hand,
10 out of 10.
Revitalized my hope in the franchise, for sure.
It's beautiful.
4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, there was a big problem.
The ending. Or did you have another issue?
No, that they made him appear so stupid. Like, he wouldn't ask enough
Oh,
questions.
that too. Yeah, I didn't like that either. Plot convenience. It was a plot convenience, definitely, to make John so...
You have to say spoiler alert.
So...
What
wait.
if they didn't see it? Yeah.
Oh.
Spoiler.
Click
Alert.
off if you don't want to hear what happens in this movie. From this point on, you should probably stop listening. Spoiler alert, because we are good people that don't spoil in this household. Except for maybe Indigo. She has a spoiling problem, but that's okay. That's her own issue. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear. Okay, so basically in this movie, John goes to Mexico to have this experimental surgery performed that is supposed to heal his cancer. Because, of course, he has a terminal diagnosis, as we all know from the other movies. He has terminal brain cancer. He has maybe a few months to live. So he's got a very hopeless situation. And he just trusts this random guy at one of his little cancer meetings, because this guy shows up to one of his meetings and is telling this story of how he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, which is a death sentence essentially, and he went to Mexico and did this experimental treatment, and it healed him, and he's doing great, and he's survived, and he's, whatever. And he tells John, call this number or like look up this website. And John goes to this website, and it's this lady who's talking about this experimental treatment and how her dad, researched and did this. And they're having to like be very secretive about this because Big Pharma, of course, doesn't want the world to know about this treatment, because then their whole business practice would be ruined and yada, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And John just kind of goes with it. He doesn't really ask very many questions. He doesn't try to verify that this lady is who she says she is. He does all of these detailed plans and detailed research on all these people that he puts into traps. And he thinks, he's been proven to be this man who thinks of every single possibility before it could ever happen. And yet, when it comes to himself, he didn't think any of it through, Mm-hmm. And I get that he's hopeless and he's sick and, maybe he's in a vulnerable state, but I still have to believe that the John Kramer that we know, the John Kramer that we know would be smarter than that.
Am I right? Am I right?
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought too. So I agree with that. I think that's a big flaw. And then my other flaw with the movie is the ending, to me, felt a little anticlimactic.
What do you mean?
Because Homegirl, who's evil bitch, they set her up to be this evil, evil bitch, and you want her to die. You don't really care about the other people dying. Like, they're all vile people, but she is just so awful. And she survives, and she supposedly passes her test, which her test was the easiest out of all of them. when it should have been the hardest. Like, she should have been the one strapped up in that femur cutting one.
Oh,
Bone marrow. Oh, that trap. Ooh, that trap was biggity fucked. Biggity fucked. But this was a really solid Saw film. Like,
every torture, like the game, was amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
When she had to get the hammer and like hit her ankles. And then her wrist, I thought that was amazing. And her face burned up. Holy shit, that was so cool.
Yeah. The radiation trap.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, the traps in this movie were pretty solid. Like, they were pretty brutal.
She needed a combo of all three.
Yeah.
For her.
Honestly. And the brain one is not really exactly realistic, but I'll let it go for the sake of a Saw movie.
You don't ever just scoop out your brain matter for funsies? That's kind of weird.
No, he would have lost certain functions by doing that, but, you know, whatever. We'll let it go. But it was a really solid film, and for once we actually got to follow John Kramer, which I didn't think about that until this movie, but it took 10 movies for us to actually follow John Kramer. Like, I mean, of course we get bits and pieces of his background through every movie, but it's never, like, we've never had a movie that's about him. You know what I mean? And Amanda came back serving cunt, doing her best. That wig, though, was atrocious. I don't know why they put her in that wig.
It was cunty.
It was a choice.
We all make choices, but that was a choice.
It was a choice. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I gave that 4 out of 5 for sure. It was really good. It was a really solid film, and I actually have some hope for the franchise again. So, pretty happy with that. Then the next movie we watched was House LLC. That was a movie I've heard.
You didn't ask me for my rating.
Wait a damn minute.
You said it.
No, I didn't.
You said 10 out of 10.
No, I didn't.
You said 10
No,
out
I
of 10
didn't.
multiple times.
No.
Watch.
That
We're
was
going to
the
go
wrong
back.
one.
We're going to listen.
I said 7.
We're going to see Saw X in theaters on a Tuesday for discount movie day.
10 out of 10.
For Saw X?
Yeah.
You said 10 out of 10.
No, Amber. What
Okay,
are you hearing?
we're going to play this back. And I
I'm
cannot
just kidding.
wait.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You're just trying to play games with me right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, she
just
tried.
delirious and
She
hungry.
tried it. She tried it, listeners.
Nighttime, babe.
I know it is.
Go.
I know it is.
My knees are weak.
Okay,
I'm
we're
spaghetti.
almost done. We're almost done, baby. All right, House LLC, which that was a surprise. That was a surprise goodie.
No, it was horrible. I hated it. It was 0 out of 0. Atrocious.
That's a
fucking shit.
fear score.
I never want to see that trash again in this house.
I'd heard a lot of good things about it. I'd heard people
Well,
say it
good
was
things
scary.
that they pooped their pants.
It was scary. Okay, for context listeners, I watch, I think you can tell, I watch scary movies all the time. That's my favorite genre. I'm one of those sadistic motherfuckers that finds horror movies like comedies. Okay, I laugh at them.
Amber is soulless.
Okay.
And cannot be scared.
That's not true.
No, I just needed to warn them.
Okay.
That's context, right?
That's context. I'm not soulless. I have a soul. I love you. I have feelings. I can be scared. I've said that. I said I got scared of
How have I never been able to scare you? Huh?
You've never been able to scare me?
Explain that.
You scare me all the time. I'm always scared that you're gonna die.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Okay. We're not gonna get into traumas. Anyway. But this movie is the first movie in years to genuinely scare me. I was having to cover my eyes. I was jumping. I was screaming. I had nightmares that night. That has not happened to me in years.
I'm glad you picked me to go on that journey with.
Okay, you were not watching the movie. You were like looking away.
So why'd you force me? I could have been in the room watching something else.
But anyway, it was really good. It was really good.
No.
And found footage is one of those genres that I have a hard time with.
I like it.
I want to.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I always want to like it, and then the execution doesn't work for me. Like, that always happens. Like, Blair Witch is one of the most famous movies. People think it's the scariest movie ever made. And I watched it one time and I was bored. I was like,
are we not gonna watch it?
We can watch it. We can maybe watch it one day. Maybe next Halloween. Maybe I'll give it another shot. But for me, I didn't care. And I was like, one scene was scary and it was at the very end of the movie. And then it was over. And I was like, okay, I just wasted an hour and a half of my life.
I don't want to waste an hour of my life.
But, you know, that's an unpopular opinion. A lot of people feel very differently about that movie. But that's, to give you context, that's generally how I feel about found footage. But this movie was so good. Like, I think it cracks my top 10 of horror movies. It might be in my top 10.
You just made the list! Oh, no.
I have to, like, rethink my top 10 because 2 of the movies in this list changed my opinion. But this movie was so good. Scared the fuck out of me. Fuck that clown. That clown, that was one of the best executions of a clown I've ever seen. It was so scary. I don't know what to tell you. Just, I recommend this movie.
You know who my favorite
really
one was? When they found... My favorite scene where they found the footage and they were all down at the basement right before, or that was probably whenever they were going up, but where that demon was there and that girl that was tied up, actually tied up, and then it kept getting closer and closer to her.
She was so screwed.
What happened to her?
She got killed. She got taken by the demons or
okay,
the
because
cult
I don't
or
know,
whatever.
I don't remember her body just laying there or anything.
Oh no, she's gone though. They got her because she was tied up, which that was stupid. Safety concern. I would never let someone tie me up in some random place like that. Because her security ran away.
Dude, for him to be scared, that big guy got scared.
That big guy said, "I'm out."
Clown was so, why did he decide to sit in the middle of them?
He literally said that SpongeBob meme. I'm a head out. He was out of there. Yeah, that did not last long. But yeah, I thought it was really well made. I gave that 4 out of 5. That's probably about as good as it gets for found footage for me. So
give it a negative 10 out of 5.
That's a fear score, ladies and gents.
No, that's just trash.
Yeah. And then you went to work and I watched the 2 sequels, which I like the third one better than the second one. Mm-hmm. And the clown got progressively scarier somehow as the movies went on. The movies themselves were not as scary as the first one. Like, I don't think you can top the first one, but the clown was more mobile as the movies went on. So
would I be scared of the second one?
Oh yeah, you would be scared of shitless of all of them. So, and it explained a little bit more of the lore of the house, I guess you could say.
Were the same people there?
No, it was different people. Well, I'm not going to spoil you in case you want to watch it.
I don't want to.
You will. I have hope. And then there was another day that I think you were at work and I wasn't. So I watched a couple movies. Yeah, because there was a week where we didn't really watch another movie, or a few days together anyway. So there was a couple movies that I knew you wouldn't like, so I watched them without you. So I watched Hostel Part 2, which is a really gory... Well, actually, that one really... I guess it was gory. It wasn't that bad, I guess. It's a kind of a more gory concept. It was okay. I liked the final girl, I guess you could say. 2.5 out of 5 for me. And then Hills Have Eyes, which is triggering for Indigo, so she will not be watching that. It was also meh. It was kind of frustrating. That movie actually frustrated me, honestly, because the characters were making really dumb decisions. So that was another 2.5 out of 5 for me. And then we watched Get Out together, which that was the first time Indigo had ever watched that movie. Which, it's a masterpiece. Social horror. Jordan Peele's masterpiece. You
4.5.
4.5? Okay. It didn't quite hit
I mean, I
5 out
want
of
to
5?
say 5, but there was something that bothered me, and I can't remember what it was.
The racism?
Yeah.
Him saying he would vote for Obama for a 3rd term if he could?
Yeah.
Yeah, that got to you.
That really got to me.
No, yeah, Indigo started looking at me funny after we watched this movie because, fun fact, we're what is the word I'm looking for?
Amber is pasty and white.
Interracial couple, that's what I'm looking for, because she's Puerto Rican and I'm white. That was hard to say. It was hard to get out.
You're white?
That hurt me to say that I'm white. Yeah. We're an interracial couple.
Did you vote for Obama
for a third term? No.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make it better?
That makes me feel better.
Okay, good. Yeah. So she was looking at me a little sideways after that movie. She thought I was like a
killer.
She thought I was like the white girl in the movie, Allison Williams.
Yeah.
She did good. She acted her booty off on that movie. I'm sorry, but that scene where she's like, "Oh my god, I can't find the keys." I can't give you the keys, right, babe?
I was insane.
The switch. Oscar. Give her an Oscar. That's a feat. For a horror movie to win an Oscar is really rare. You know the word feat? Like a
F-E-A-T?
Yeah.
E-E-T?
Like it's an accomplishment. That's a really hard thing for horror movies. Horror movies don't get any respect when it comes to Academy Awards, Golden Globes, those types of things. So it won Best Original Screenplay. Which I agree with that. I mean, TS motherfucking A. They handle shit.
TSA?
I'm TS motherfucking A. We handle shit. That's what we do. Consider this situation. Fucking handle.
All right, so Get Out is 5 out of 5 for me. You rated it 4.5? Okay. Then we watched Train to Busan, a Korean film.
5 out of 5, ladies and gents.
Oh, you liked that one.
That was so good. I love that husband. He was all about it. He was standing on business. I love her. Oh, my God.
I know. What a badass.
Oh, the ending. She's singing that Lilo and Stitch song.
She started
I know
crying.
it's not Lilo and Stitch song.
Indigo cried.
Aloha Oi? Fuck. It got me.
It got you. Yeah, Indigo was crying in that movie. It got your emotions. Yeah, that's a solid zombie film for sure. I like it. I like it a lot.
The sister who died. She thought her sister was dead a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then she saw her be attacked.
The COO, he was a dick. He's like a Dan Scott.
I was hoping he would die like a lot sooner.
Yeah. Well, he got a lot of people killed in the process, and then he got himself killed. But yeah, that's a 4-star movie for show. Solid.
For sure.
Solid. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but it's excellent.
It was for me.
It was for you.
That's all that matters.
And then the next one, you definitely did not like this. This was The Exorcist.
Don't tell me what I like and what I don't.
We did not finish this movie.
No.
Because Indigo said, we're turning this shit off.
No, I said you can continue.
Yeah.
I just personally would rather die than keep watching this shit.
Yeah, I think I've said this to someone. Oh, I said this to my patient because we were talking about this movie.
Oh my God.
And I think the more religious your background is, the more religious your upbringing is, the more religious you are currently, the more this movie's going to disturb you. And Indigo came from a pretty religious upbringing, and I think it got to something deep that okay. That's how she feels about this movie.
Yeah.
But honestly, this is going to be an unpopular opinion because this is considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time, one of the scariest films of all time. I didn't like it.
That's popular to me.
Like, I didn't like it at all from like a film standpoint. The editing was really bad. I didn't care about the priest.
I was confused a lot of the
Right.
movie.
I mean, he wasn't even directly involved in the story yet, and yet we were getting so much screen time from him.
Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it. I'm going to finish it later.
Okay.
Just to
like
say
if
that I
they
finished
lock
it.
that shit in.
But like from what I saw, I mean, that one scene was really fucked up. The one that, like, we had to turn it off after because you got disturbed. But, like, yeah, that's, like, awful to hear a little girl saying stuff like that. But otherwise, I wasn't scared. And I don't know if it's just, like, it's aging poorly. I know that in 1973, when this movie came out, I understand why this movie was so disturbing at the time, you know? Because, I mean, back then, they're not as hip as they are these days, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't work for me. I didn't like it.
That didn't work for me either.
From what I saw, I'm giving it like a 1 out of 5. That's very controversial, I'm sure. But anyway, moving on.
You didn't ask me.
I was assuming it was a 0.
No, negative.
Oh, negative. My bad. Negative what?
20.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn, you really didn't like that movie. Yeah. Well, next movie we watched to make Indigo feel better, we watched Scary Movie. What's up?
You don't get out of my face.
What's up? You're on candid camera now.
Yeah, I got you. I got you on camera. You on candid camera now.
What was my Letterboxd review?
Oh my god. You'll have
so
to go
proud.
see her stupid ass Letterboxd reviews. They're
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. They're
Letterboxd
idiots. I
at
hate it.
monkey to.to, and that's monkey with a U. Okay. Check me out.
There's
Come
no
check out
other
my
fucking
profile.
Muggy to-to. There is that. Even if they spell it wrong, they're gonna find you. God, Amber.
But I said Ghostface be slashing bodies, spitting bars, scaring bitches, and smoking blunts in this movie.
God, I don't.
Poetry. I'm just saying. Did some of the comedy age like milk?
Yes.
Yeah. There's some comedy in here that did not age well. Kind of giving rapey vibes. But there are still some good moments that actually made me laugh, which I didn't expect because I've seen this movie before and I didn't think it would make me laugh. But I mean, it's a good time. It's a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 for sure. For a parody movie, this is probably as good as it gets. Would you agree with that?
1.5.
Oh, so I gave it a higher rating than you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I feel like you're more of a fan of these movies than I am.
Not this one.
Not this. Oh, you don't like the first one?
No.
Really?
I think it's the third one that I like.
Oh. Well, we'll keep watching them every.
The little hand and the turkey. And then he starts fingering it. Yeah, that one.
That's in the third one? Really?
Is it the third?
Wow. I don't know. We'll find out because I think we'll have one of the scary movies in every October list that we watch. So, next one was Jennifer's Body, which I have been wanting to watch this movie for ages. And I finally watched it. What did you think about it, babe?
I liked it.
I just want to throw out an apology to Megan Fox on behalf of everyone who sexualized her.
And still didn't get it.
And still didn't get it. Like, this whole movie is about her life of being sexualized and no one actually looking at her for how she is as a person and how she feels.
Yeah.
And then the studios went and did the same thing because they marketed this movie to boys because of Megan Fox being hot.
Then they didn't like it because there was no nudity.
And then, of course, the movie bombed because it was actually about women.
And not about their bodies. Jesus.
Yeah, and about female friendships and about females being sexualized. And, you know, it just has a lot of interesting things to say. And, I mean, I'm sorry, the iconic line of my tit. No, your heart. I mean, Shakespeare could never.
Shut up.
I'm just saying. That's a 3.5 stars. I'm not going to say that movie was amazing, but it was really good. It was good. And it was very entertaining. And I'd say that was Megan Fox's best acting I've ever seen. Probably because she related so much to the character. Yeah. And, like, sapphic vibes. Hello. lesbianism. Hello. Needy was 100% in love. 100%. We love the bi panic going on. And then, of course, the next movie was The Addams Family, which Indigo loves that movie. Were you doing the song? She's snapping along.
Yeah, of course. It's my favorite one. All time.
All-time favorite?
All time.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
You're wrong. Your opinion doesn't freaking count.
That's a good rating.
No!
7 out of 10. That's solid. I really enjoyed it. It's not like my style of movie, but
No, it's not.
it's really good. It was entertaining. It was funny.
And Amber realized a lot about me that night.
Oh, I did. 100%. How a lot of her humor comes from this movie, and specifically Wednesday Addams. Yeah. Yeah. The Thing, his finger game is strong. He'd be going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was a solid movie. I liked it. And then I watched a couple movies without you. I got tired of waiting on you, okay?
Wow. You're buying me so much bread tonight.
I watched The Taking of Deborah Logan, which was another found footage movie, and it was one that I was curious about because it was about an old woman with Alzheimer's. And like the camera crew, they start realizing that it seems like it's more than just Alzheimer's. And I wanted to watch that because I have a interest in Alzheimer's personally because my grandfather had it and I probably will get it one day. And it just kind of bothered me because from what they depicted of Alzheimer's, it just wasn't very accurate. Like in Alzheimer's, it's not necessarily that they forget everything. It's more so that they forget recent things. Yeah. And they start to become a more childlike version of themselves because that's what they remember. Like they may not remember what they did last week with you, but they might remember 20 years ago what they were doing. And it's really fascinating how that can happen. And so some of the things just didn't feel medically accurate. And then, I don't know, it just to me wasn't very good. The actual scary parts of it. Like there was some good scares, but then it just kind of felt like it fell into that trope of, ooh, just because there's an old person, they're scary. You know, instead of her being genuinely scary for, other reasons. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was just kind of weird. And it kind of fell off in the second half of the movie for me. So I gave it a 2. 2 out of 5. It was fine. And then I watched...
I'll give it a 1.
You didn't watch it. And then I watched Terrifier 2, which... That movie frustrated me because it started off so good. And it started off better than the first movie. And then it just dragged the fuck on. Like, it was 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Why do we need to have a Terrifier movie that's that long? Like, cut out 30 minutes and I probably would have liked this movie way more than I did.
The time was that much of an
issue? It was that much of an issue. It was like a third act, and then a fourth act, and then a fifth act. It just kept going. You kept thinking it was over, and then it just kept going. So, 2.5 stars for me. And then we watched Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
I had forgotten so much.
I know, because we watched that like a year and a half ago, maybe. And not to say that I'm like better than everyone, but like I predicted the twist. Like, I'm just saying.
No, you can stop saying that. You can stop.
But I did. Like, I mean, to be fair, I thought it was like some debris that got kicked up in the storm.
So you were wrong.
Sliced his neck, but I did know that it was an accident and it wasn't that someone killed him. So.
Did you depict this?
Indigo's choking me. Stop it. But no, yeah, I mean, That movie was still funny. Considering that we've seen it so recently, it was still really funny. And I think you got to enjoy it from a different perspective because the first time we watched it, Indigo did think that there was a killer. And so now this time, she got to enjoy it from the perspective of knowing that there's not a killer.
I still screamed for some reason.
Yeah, you still got really scared.
Don't know why.
But, you know, you get scared at things. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, it's a solid movie. It's very fun. Rachel Sennett deserved an Oscar for that. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She is a star. And also, I think we related to it a little bit more because having a podcast is hard, okay?
A podcast takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work. It does. You have to set up a Google Calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a schedule, a script. Well, we didn't really do a script for this one, but it's a lot of work. It is. Oh, Bodies. I don't know if we set our rating, but I give it a 4. 4 out of 5. Super solid. What's your rating?
4.
You give it a 4 too? Nice. We agree on that one. And then we watched Insidious, which I've watched before, but it was it's been a long time. It's been over a decade, I think, since I've watched that movie.
Which one is that one?
That's the one where the little boy gets put into a coma, but it's not a coma.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. It was more cheesy than I remember it being. I don't know. It didn't work as well for me. You know? How did you feel about it?
I don't remember. I have a really hard time remembering anything that happened before yesterday, if I'm being honest.
Because you're so traumatized?
Yeah. All I keep remembering is that red demon. And I can't.
Yeah, the red-faced demon. Yeah, that to me was a little more cheesy. Like when you actually see him in his like lair or whatever, I'm like, ooh, that didn't look as good as I remember it. I don't know. It's solid. It's just not like great. And then it spawned a lot of movies from that point on. Which, can we stop?
Just send them a letter. Be like, stop.
Can we come up with something more original? But yeah, that's a 3 out of 5 for me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
1.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's a tough critic. Was that on the fear scale or like the actual scale?
A little of both.
A little bit of both? Okay.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we watched my favorite scary movie of all time.
Scream.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We never got to watch Casper.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to watch Casper. We'll watch it next year. I mean, you said you don't want to watch any more scary movies. Just saying. You
Casper isn't scary.
Oh, okay. Just like E.T.'s not scary.
Walking down memory lane.
Well, E.T.'s the same way. It's not scary.
I don't care.
Okay.
Casper.
So you want to watch Casper?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll watch Casper in the near future. How about that? To make you happy.
I'll put it on.
Scream's a classic. Scream's a masterpiece. Scream invented the genre and reinvented the genre. I'm sorry. The other girlies just don't do it like her. 5 out of 5. 12 out of 5, if I could. I mean, I'm sorry. Stu? I'm sorry. Matthew Lillard? Mom and Dad are gonna be so mad at me.
I feel woozy.
I'm feeling woozy.
God.
Sydney Prescott, in my opinion, the best final girl of all time.
The lady from Grey's Anatomy? You hear that sigh?
Are you feeling victory over there? Feeling victory? Yeah, Indigo has a tendency to, if she sees an actor that's been on Grey's Anatomy before, she'll refer to them as that person from Grey's Anatomy.
Because I watched Grey's Anatomy, like, first. That's what I watched.
I know, but she is the Scream queen.
Okay.
She is known for Scream.
Well, I didn't see Scream until last year, and I saw her on Grey's Anatomy years ago.
She was probably on, like, what, 3 episodes?
No.
Oh.
She's a sister.
Oh, she's the sister.
Yes.
Oh, so she's one of the Greys?
Yeah, and she almost gives some ligament to Derek because his arm isn't working like before.
Oh, that's weird. Oh,
no,
interesting.
That's what you do for someone you love. I guess you wouldn't do that for me.
Well, you're the one who said you would. You literally earlier said you would sacrifice me.
Yeah.
To Leatherface.
Because you took me somewhere scary.
Well, where's the love?
I'd call and check up on you.
I would be dead if that was the real Leatherface. And we forgot to mention there was literal smells of gasoline. It felt like the real thing.
I really thought it was the real thing. I didn't want to walk. That's why I froze.
Yeah,
I thought
it felt like the real
cut
thing.
Us.
Yeah, and you wanted me to die.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want you to, but if there's a choice, it comes down to you and I.
If it comes down to you and I, you're picking me?
I'm sorry, babe.
That's fucked up.
Sometimes I have to be a little selfish.
I think you even said that to one of the actors there.
What?
Because they were like, one of you has to die, which y'all have to pick.
Oh, yeah, I said I would watch.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I have to die before you, so I guess I'll die.
Yeah, we agreed.
Yeah, sure. If you want to put it that way. I don't know.
You volunteered, so I think that was sweet of you.
Yeah, but I didn't know that my girlfriend wants to sacrifice me. It's a little different. Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
Scream is masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Incredible. Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
It's incredible. Iconic. Extravagant. Excellent. Amazing. Extraordinary.
Are we wrapping this up anytime soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This is Diego Menendez signing off.
That was our October. Little bonus podcast for anyone that is interested in horror movies and spooky season. That was Reality Queerness, and I guess Diego signed off.
Oh, you want me to say bye?
ASMR. Oh.
Stop.
All right, well, that's it for the podcast. We're going to get back into watching the challenge. We've fallen a little behind.
Which I think it starts today or yesterday.
Oh, it started last week.
No, but I think that was an old YouTube commercial that I saw.
Yeah, it started last week. We're going to get back into that, and then we're going to post our thoughts. We'll have podcast episodes about it. Our bad. You know, we were a little busy this October.
I was just trying to survive.
You survived. You're stronger now. God. That's it for the podcast.
Bye. Shit.